They think the law is a small thing. Separate, man. We are separate from these other nations, man. That's right.
Shalom to all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. ISUPK Detroit will be hosting our felony expungement event every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We will be helping people fill out the paperwork to get the process started to get your felonies expunged. How do you feel right now?
I feel great. This is a beautiful program. It was quick. They was very helpful and informative about the rights of the prisoners, trying to help them get out with a good time. This is a very good program. I think you brothers is doing a good job. They need more positive outlooks like this.
Make sure you follow ISUPK Detroit at Detroit Israelites on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe, like, and comment. If you want to make an appointment, you can dial 810-392-3261 or you can dial 586-382-0569. In addition to that, we'll be doing other programs in the future, such as health programs, food drives, and etc. Stay tuned by following us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Detroit Israelite.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel.
The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I'll tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, send a curse. We can't forgive us for it. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, oh please, forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business, this loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. They said there'll be many mansions, I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair, they hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like you Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest, you won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand, just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done show you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga, I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. Either fold or salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leave me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga, I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the
don't know what it is. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on by the boss shit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, coming mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. Hey! One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my nose.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. Doing a lot of talking, now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, what you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they said they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on my divorce.
Most High in Christ. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School in Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. We've been doing this since 1969, waking brothers and sisters up to the truth, to the knowledge of the truth, that you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, are the true Israelites spoken of in the Bible, and your God has asked you, has demanded that you come back to him. You understand? Tonight is the Brotherhood class hosted by me, Officer Natazab. All right, we're going to get into it. I'm going to open up with Psalms 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. All right, that's the whole foundation of, Christ's teachings, man, is to love one another. You understand? And here in the Brotherhood class, that's what the scriptures that we bring out heavily influence and enforce brotherhood. We show you the scriptures and examples Christ used in the Bible, and as well as bringing up those precepts and scriptures to back it. All right. Let's start with 1 Corinthians 8 and 9. Let me know when you get it. You can chime in whenever you would like. Officer of 1,000 Zarak will be reading for me. It's a mighty man in the truth. Okay. And, and it's very important that, we rely on one another for support. Okay. Because we're supposed to show that we love each other, man. We're supposed to be willing to give our life for one another. Okay, that's what Christ and the Most High is looking for from each and every one of us. You understand? You got a bunch of fake love over the last few pagan holidays that happened, over the course of the last 30 days. Man, you had your Thanksgiving, the Christmas, and the New Year's. Okay, all seasonal times where suicide and depression is at an all-time high, man. Because they're not getting that legitimate love from one another as they think they should have, as they perceive love to be. Let me know when you got that.
You said 1 Corinthians 8:3?
Is that what I wanted? Yeah, 8:9. Salakia, 1 Corinthians 8:9.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Read that again.
Mm-hmm. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
What is that liberty? Can you read verse 8 so we can get the pretext of the point?
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8 and verse 8. But meat commendeth us not to God, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
So what you have to do, right, which is so important with us being priests and prophets of the Most High, with us being in the truth and being examples and wanting other brothers and sisters to gravitate towards the truth by us being an example, is not be a stumbling block for brothers. You understand? Brothers who are struggling with, certain things in the world, man. Just because you aren't weak towards certain things, right? There's certain things that you're weak against that other brothers are definitely strong against. You understand? Some brothers, they can't be around the smell of weed, and while you got other brothers who don't give a damn if, what type of strain is in the air. You understand? I couldn't tell you, a good blunt from a bad one. You understand? A good, good bud from, bad bud, or, this is that weed. You understand? I wouldn't be able to tell a brother that, but it might be another brother who's coming into the truth, struggling with that. And, he's very susceptible into going back, to that sin of getting high, off weed. Okay. And what this scripture is portraying is that we not antagonize or aggravate the situation to the point where, we can, condition a brother to go back into sin. You understand? And drinking is an excellent example, man. A brother who, is a drunkard or, is susceptible to, getting drunk. Okay. You don't want to be drinking around them. Okay. It's a certain love that you have to have with one another by putting your liberty aside, that freedom that where you can drink and not be a drunk. You understand? You have to take that into consideration around other brothers. Will this condition a brother to want to go back into the world? Everything you do has to be questioned, man. You understand? Because why? You are a living example. You are the image of Christ. Okay? When Zarok speaks on the scriptures, you're hearing General Yohana. You're hearing Christ. You're hearing the Most High. You understand? And that's why it's so important that we be examples to people, to our brothers and sisters out in the world. Because what all do they know? All they know is what? Christianity, Islam. You know, they know that outside surface, you know, kissy hug Christianity, effeminate spirit. They don't know the true spirit of the Lord. Okay? And that's our objective here in the UPK. All right, everything that we do, we mimic coming out of the scriptures, feeding brothers and sisters, visiting, the sick, seeing our brothers and sisters in the prison, man. All that is in the scriptures, man. You understand? We are supposed to be examples of Christ, and we're not supposed to let our brothers and sisters down who have been forgotten, man. We're not allowed to forget them. Okay, you can chime in whenever you want, Sarah. You understand? And that's a very, very heavy point, and that's the foundation of Christ's teachings, man. It's to look out for your brothers and sisters. All right, get me Jeremiah 29 and 28. All right. Okay. You don't want to get comfortable here in this captivity, man. You understand? When you get comfortable, other brothers and sisters get comfortable. Okay?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, and verse 28. For therefore he sent unto us in Babylon, saying, this captivity is long. Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them.
Listen, man, we think this is a long captivity. You ask a Christian, man, Christ ain't coming back for a long time. We got time, you understand? Even other brothers and sisters, because the salvation isn't expedient. They start to get lax, okay? And before you know it, man, they got before you know it, man, you back in the world, man. You got to look at it like Christ is coming back tomorrow. You understand? That's very important. Read that again, that from the top.
Come on. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 28. For therefore he sent unto us in Babylon, saying, this captivity is long. Build ye houses, and dwell in them.
See, listen, that's going to be a long captivity, man. You understand? Christ ain't coming back for a long time, man. Why? Just everybody chill out. Do what the hell you want to do. You understand? That's what leaders tell us, man. Our Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians leaders. They condition us to think that Christ can't come back at any moment's notice. And they think that because why? They don't know the scriptures. They don't know the signs of the times, man. They think it's gonna be a long captivity. Go ahead.
Come. Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. Verse 29.
Yeah, so invest in America. You understand? Live your life. Okay? No, you got to be looking to build Christ's kingdom to come. You understand? You have to be looking to put in your stone, your rock into this temple, man. Right. Okay? You have to. Okay? Well, the longer you become conditioned to this, to the world, man, the longer and the faster you're going to drift right back into the world. Before you know it, guess what's going to be okay to do? Smoke weed.
Right.
You understand? You dwell in the, you get that mindset that you got time. Before you know it, you're going to be bugged out of your mind and saying, guess what, man? I don't see where you can't smoke weed in the Bible. You ain't going to see that no more. You're going to start seeing, it's an herb. You understand? It's from the earth. It's green. You understand? It's natural. It's organic. Okay? Then you're going to start looking at white women. That's next. Right? and say, you know what? We can love everybody. Look, the stranger here. You can take the stranger, Zara, a concubine, Zara. Before you know it, you back into the world because you become lax and you've forgotten the mission. Okay? You've forgotten that you are supposed to be an example of Christ. Okay? You are supposed to be the spitting image of Christ. So when somebody looks at you and says, why don't you love everybody? You can say, well, that's not the spirit of Christ. Here, let me show you in the Bible who Christ loved, man. Christ says he prayed for them. He prayed not for the world, man. You understand? He prayed for the people that followed him. His people. His brothers, the 12 disciples, man. You understand? That's who he prayed for and cared about. He don't care about you niggas in the world. And once people become open up to the scriptures, to what the Bible is really saying, listen, they be in tune to want more. You understand? When I very first came into the truth, it wasn't the same scriptures I've always heard. It was the ones I've never heard, right? The stuff about God hateth the sinner. You know, my heart dropped when I read that. Because the pastor told me, I love everybody. That was heavy. You know, it was another heavy thing, Zara. I didn't know Satan works for the Most High.
Right.
You know, I thought he was a pitchfork dwelling under the ground, poking, fire breathing, long red tail, all that garbage, man. You understand? And I was like, damn, that hit, Zara. That hit. And it was like, man, and then everything lined up, man. The UPK is who I heard first, Zara. Can you believe that? You know how many other groups and stuff I went through before I came back to the home of the truth? Listen, man, the Lord will whoop your tail out in this world, man. That's why, you know, us as brothers, man, it's important that we let, young brothers in the truth know everything. You understand? That can potentially happen to them should they leave this truth, should they avoid this truth, man. It's important that we show them the examples of brothers who came into the school and left, of brothers who left the truth altogether and what happened to them, man. Your job is to be a deterrent, Salakia, for them being a deterrent and going back into the world. We examples. I do whatever I can, man, for a brother not to lead the truth. I tell brothers every time, consequences, examples, right? We survive those examples to teach other brothers.
Right.
You understand? Or you will be the example. And you will teach a bunch of brothers that sleeping with another man's woman is wrong. You understand? Because you're not on the earth anymore. You're going to be an example that getting high is wrong.
Right.
Because now you don't have a car anymore. Because it's totaled. Because you were driving high on the freeway. You understand? We got so many stories, right? You understand? I don't want to be the example that taught all the other brothers why you shouldn't, rob people. Why you shouldn't smoke weed. Why you shouldn't sleep with white women. You understand? Because you'll be, who wants to be that type of example?
Right.
Listen, man, this is what happened when I was in the world. When I was in the world. This brother was in the world. Came into the truth, went back to the world. This is where he is now. Okay? We're supposed to be examples, man. We don't want to be a stumbling block for our brothers, man. It's been too many times, man. Like, it boggles my mind how somebody can come in here and that nostalgic spirit that General Muhammad was talking about. You smell the Christmas tree, like the pine cones from the Christmas tree. You smell the turkey and the mac and cheese, and before you know it's a rock, you 8 years old again in front of that Christmas tree, playing Sega Genesis and Nintendo and PlayStation. You understand? On a Christmas Eve, and you know you got at least 4, 5, 15, 20 presents under the tree that you done counted. 3 of them from Mama, you know, the 12 of them from Santa. But Santa always hooking you up every year. You understand? That whole Happy New Year, you know, getting an outfit for one night, Zara. One night, you going out to pop some other man's woman on New Year's. You understand? Y'all go y'all separate ways, because guess what? She want to go out with her girls, and you want to go out with the fellas, right? And y'all go y'all separate ways. Whatever you do, that's what y'all do, and y'all in agreement with that, man. Not knowing you just sent your rib to go and be a whore. You understand? And you to be an adulterer, because you know what's gonna happen when that ball drop or before.
Right.
You know, and you know, with Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all that being back to back to back to back, it's a total disaster.
Right.
It's a total disaster. That is such a heavy demon, because guess what? The demon gets stronger with every holiday that come through. You just get more and more into the spirit. And then you go into the new year broke, single, you understand, and depressed, because you don't know how the hell you're going to pay your rent, because you had to get the outfit and you was popping bottles.
Right.
You understand? This is ridiculous. We got to get some scriptures into this stuff. But yeah, get me, but to that point, man, you never know when the Lord coming back or not.
Right.
You have absolutely no idea. Give me Ezekiel 9 and 4.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Come on, man. Who does that but the UPK, man?
Right.
All these other groups, all day, all they talking about is, at the most, we the children of Israel, black people, you know, y'all, God's chosen people, blah, blah, blah. But they not talking about what the enemy's doing to them, what the oppressors doing to them.
Right.
How unfair everything is. You know what the other groups are saying? Listen, man, it's our fault. You understand? Blaming us for our condition. When the scriptures say, set a mark over those that sigh and cry over what?
Come. And sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
You know, the abominations being done in the midst thereof. You understand? You're supposed to be talking about every goddamn thing.
Right.
Not just your damn John 3:16s and God loving everybody. You're supposed to be talking about that law they passed that a man can marry a man is disgusting. That is a pedophile. That woman that's not a man. That's not a woman, that's a man. You understand? You're supposed to be saying everything. You can't, the moment you start to compromise the spirit of the Lord, listen, you already on your way slipping back into the world.
Right.
That's a big trigger. You understand? The moment you say, you know what, gay people ain't, homosexuals ain't hurting nobody. The day you don't take a side, you understand? It ain't me. No, I don't have no opinion on it. You slipping right back into the world.
That's right.
You are on the fence, man. You understand? The Lord said, pick a side, goddammit. Like, that is so traitorous not to have a solid stance on anything, man. So the scripture says, be ready to have an answer always. You understand? The mark, the identification mark on brothers and sisters that Most High wants are on those that sigh and cry about the abominations, man. And the UPK does that every day, every Saturday, every Sabbath. Always talking about what's disgusting, because that's what abomination is to the Lord. Something disgusting and nasty, and what's going on and happening to his people, man. Right. You have to call out what's going on with your people. You can't sit there and ignore it. Right. You understand? And blame them for every goddamn thing. All right? Give me a second. Yeah, man. You can't be an example for the Lord if you can't follow those simple. Give me 1 second. Those simple characteristics, man. Okay, we are to sigh and cry for the abominations being done. All right. Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:2.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. Mm-hmm. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Listen, man, the whole goal for us being priests in this truth, man, and following after Christ is to be rewarded for it. You understand? In the event that we continue to love, show love to brothers and sisters, right? We hope at the end of this we get rewarded for it, for following the orders of Christ, man. Okay? And what's most important is that we should always work and expect Christ to come at any moment. That's how diligently we should be working. Okay? And doing the mandates that the Most High wants us to do. And in doing that, we need to work. Go back to not Ezekiel, but Jeremiah, the 29 and 28. And hold this one, if you could, Baba Bashar the water.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29 and 28. Mm-hmm. For therefore he sent unto us in Babylon, saying, this captivity is long. Mm-hmm. Build ye houses, mm-hmm, and dwell in them.
See, you have to get out of that mindset. You understand? That this is going to be a long captivity. Because why? 1 Thessalonians 5:2 say, you know very well, means indefinitely, that the Lord will come like a thief in the night. He's going to come unexpectedly to see who's working and who's not. Imagine this, Zara. Could you imagine putting all this work in for all these years? And you say, you know what? I'm going to take off for about a year and just go back into the world. But I'm going to come back to the truth, though. I just want to, get it in before the Day of Atonement. Or get it in for just one weekend. And Christ comes back. You understand? In that event, that you have left the truth, man. You understand? That all that work down the drain for nothing. You understand? Where's your investments? Crazy, man. Give me Revelation 16 and 15.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is that he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
You see that, man? You're going to be walking naked if Christ come back and you doing something you ain't got no business doing. That's heavy, man. Like, to put in so much work, and you think, like, for instance, you just going to do something real quick. You know what I'm saying? That, and then, you know, you're going to get it over with, wash your hands of it, and that's that. And then, you know, you're going to go back to, you know, business as usual. No, man. You got to be thinking Christ could come at that moment and catch you slipping. You understand? That's the whole point of not giving an accurate timeline on when he gets back. Because he needs to see your sincerity. Please.
Sorry, if I could, one more shot. There's also the reason you actually need to, you know, follow the laws and be perfect in them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to be, and perfection is following them to a T. Can't be, you know, half-stepping with it. You know, I mean, that's what Christians teach, you know, say do the best you can. F that, man. Do it or don't.
Right.
You understand? That's how adamant you have to be. And that's how we are in the UPK, man. That's why I gravitated to the UPK so much, man. They so disciplined with it. You understand? They don't wink at, you know, mistakes. Wink at, you know, your oopsies. You understand? You get checked for that. And in turn, it's supposed to make you better. You understand? Iron sharpens iron. Okay? If you want that iron sharp, you have to beat it up against iron. It takes a physical and hard action for that sword to get how you want it to be, to get it sharp. If you want a dull ass sword, you know, with flaws, who wants a woman or a man who got flaws? We both got our flaws. I hate that so much. You understand? When people talk about relationships, oh, we both have flaws. The hell does that mean, man? Perfect yourself, man.
That's right.
You understand? If you smoking cigarettes or got a drinking problem, man, or you vaping and all that, listen. Be adamant about quitting that garbage. You understand? Listen, man, I got it. It's a sister I got to give, you know, much praise to, because she finally gave up the cigarettes and the vape. And I love her for that, man. You understand? Because that is, that is addiction that's hard as hell. Cigarettes, when you've been smoking cigarettes and all that for so long,
right.
Listen, that's hard. That's hard. And like, man, and like people that are able to give that up cold turkey, listen, man, I commend them for it. And then I don't become a stumbling block by bringing up or insinuating any type of craving that person may have. You know, somebody trying to stop smoking cigarettes, you don't go to no bar. No, they don't smoke in the bars anymore, do they? You know, you don't go past, for instance, you don't go past people on a cigarette break. You understand? Or walk through somebody's vape smoke. You have to be the person that encourages them. You understand? You got to be like, you know how they go to those AAA meetings, you know, for people that drink, and then they have like some type of buddy, you know, to help them, you know, when they have a craving for a drink or something. That's what you have to do. You have to do that, but it's not just drinking. It's everything. You understand? That's why you are a superhero when it comes to aiding your brother, not being a stumbling block, man.
That's right.
That's heavy, man. It's hard to give up that smoking. I was talking to somebody at the Slave, and he was telling me how smoking made him sick, Sarah. You understand? It made him sick. So that's why he stopped. He just stopped cold turkey. He said, and then after a month, he tried to smoke again, got sick again, and went cold turkey for 5 years. And then he says, well, stress, people dying in my family, and before you know it, I had to pull over and smoke a cigarette, and he said he just liked the feel of smoke in his lungs. You understand? And I was like, man, what a coward. You could, there's other ticks that are lawful that you can do if you're sincere about it, or alternatives to get off of that type of stuff, man. It's just a matter of how adamant are you going to be for it. You damn near got to do it for somebody for you to stop. If you don't care about your damn self, why not do it for the Lord? Sure, this stuff I done gave up for the Lord. You understand? I done searched the scriptures on it, Zerock. Listen, tuna? Zerock, I love some damn tuna, huh? You understand? But I found out it's a sin to eat. You got to give it up. You understand? Choose something else. I had cans and cans, and you know me, Zerock. Being in my position in school, I hate wasting stuff. You understand? You know how hard it is? You ever buy something by mistake and it got pork in it? Or like bean, like something like a can, like stew or something like that, and they got some type of pork extract, shrimp extract, or something like that in it, and you don't want to waste it. But what would you do with that? Let me ask you. What would you do with that?
Can we ask me a question, sir?
So, I asked, have you ever bought something like that had maybe pork or shrimp in it, or something unlawful in it after you read the ingredients and said, I can't eat this?
Right.
Yeah. So knowing what my position is in the school and the department I'm in, you know, I hate to waste stuff.
Right.
I hate to, you know, waste any damn thing in some sort, and that's just my personality as a whole. Like, I hate wasting money, right? So, what would you do in that situation? You made a mistake and bought hot dogs that got pork in it. What would you do with it? You made a mistake and bought it.
Fix it.
You would fix it?
Like, you know what I mean? When if I made a mistake and bought some pork, some pork hot dogs, I'm going to go grab beef ones.
Right. So what are you gonna do with the pork ones?
That has to get thrown out.
Oh, Most High in Christ, brother, and that's righteous. You understand? Because you know what I do in my case, I give it to some. In the past, what I do, I give it to somebody who eats pork. I give it to my brother who knows I don't eat it, who knows that I believe it's disgusting and unlawful, and give it to them. You understand? And that was in my early stages in the truth. You understand? Not knowing I was a stumbling block to that brother or sister. You understand? You don't want to condition them to eat the pork either. You got to be like, nigga, this is disgusting. Give it to a heathen. Right. You understand? That is lawful. You can listen, scriptures say to the heathen, you can give them, you know, whatever garbage you want. And if they want it, they want it. You can't give it to your brother. You understand? Now, in the kingdom, you understand? You know, it's not even going to be, you know, a scenario where you can make a mistake and buy pork or shrimp.
Right.
You understand? But if something dieth of itself, give it to the heathen. You understand? A cow drops dead in the backyard, and you don't know how it died. You know you didn't slaughter it, right? Let the heathen have it. Now that's lawful. And that's in the Bible. Because guess who does it to us? Everybody else. Arabs let every damn thing expire in that damn corner store. And he keep right on feeding it to us, man. You understand? He don't take that back to Dearborn. I was watching something, Zerock. This made my blood boil. It was a brother who was having a seizure. And the Arab came from behind the counter with a stick and started beating him and telling him to get out.
Oh, no.
Zerock, that is what drives me to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? I need these nations, they don't fear you anymore. They don't fear you. They don't fear that you will pull a gun out and blow their heads off.
Right.
You understand? They don't fear that at all. They coming out. They in the middle of the hood, disrespecting your woman at the hair places. That skinny little Korean, punching and kicking your woman. You think we'd be like, damn, let's stop shopping here and open up, our own hair place. Or you think somebody would be like, I'm going to retaliate against this Korean who just hit this and punched and kicked this sister. They all jumping on her, beating her up with brooms. You can look this up, the videos. I know you've seen them. Nobody goes to jail, Zarok. Nobody, and then guess what? The business makes even more money because guess what? They sorry, and now everything's 10% off. Like, just absolutely no integrity. That's what drives me, Zarok. When I see that, I'm more adamant about keeping the law.
Right.
I hate Christmas even more. I hate New Year's all the more. I begin to hate this world. You understand? Even more. And I desire Christ's kingdom to come. And I know how Christ's kingdom to come. By the foolishness of preaching, man. Bringing brothers and sisters together in the truth. You understand? To this truth. And that's that fire. That's what keeps me going. You understand? Right. Seeing how silly my brothers and sisters are in these stores, man. That gives me heartburn, Zarok, when I see stuff like that. And they can't seem to turn around. They can't seem to, wake the hell up. That's why I know, it's going to take a lot more bodies on the street. A lot more bodies, police killings, more COVID. And we need a new strain because we still haven't learned. You understand? Listen, even with all the COVID and everything, the malls, all the stores around Christmas was still thriving. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. Like, we love captivity, man. You understand? I think black Hispanics and Native Indians have some type of fetish for abuse from the other nations, man. You understand? That's it. I'm about to close out in a minute because I know you gotta be there at 7, right?
Oh.
Yeah. You got any comments or anything you want to say or bring out before I close? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me. I'm gonna leave the brothers and sisters with one point. Get me Ecclesiasticus 19 and 24. And this is so heavy, man. Everything hinges, and Officer Hadayala does an excellent job of teaching the law. Man, you ask him something about the law that you have some confusion on, he'll clear it up right up for you. But this is most important. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19 and verse 24. He that hath small understanding and fear of God is better than one that have much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High.
See that's happy. You understand? It's a brother who's not versed in the law like you are, Zarok, or like me, but he knows just enough. He knows just enough not to eat pork and celebrate holidays and sleep with women of other nations. He knows just enough. You understand? He don't know as much as you. He don't know as much as you when it comes to the law. In depth, every 614 commandments. You understand? He don't know every single one, but he knows. You know what? Certain stuff that doesn't feel right. He knows he shouldn't do that, man. You understand? He's better than the Christian preacher. Better than the leader in the fake Israelite group.
Right.
You understand? And that's what we have to have, that understanding. We have to have that humbleness. Right? And even when we are talking to brothers and sisters newly coming into the truth, we got to be the same way with them. the milk scriptures. You understand? Help them meditate on those milk scriptures. Quiz them. Everybody, do you think you should be doing that? Here, let me show you why you shouldn't do that, and show them the scripture. Right. All right. With that, I pass on to precinct officers to rock for the announcement. Shalom, Israel.
ISUPK security announcements. We got an ISUPK start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew. Ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Up and coming holy convocation, got the Feast of Purim, which will be February 14th through the 15th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that being said, I'd like to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Mina Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Yajimata, dismissed.